some microphones?
Good morning and welcome to the service. I know it's been rather odd, but we are now in a service, in a safe space, and please use it to bring peace to you. Subodha, will you lead the loving kindness meditation?
All right, let's get into a comfortable position. Close our eyes. And take a couple long, deep breaths. And now let's think thoughts of goodwill, loving kindness, metta. Beginning with ourselves. This is a sincere wish, a wholesome desire for our true happiness. We might think to ourselves, may I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be free from stress and pain, free from suffering. May I live with a heart and mind unburdened by greed, by aversion, by delusion. May I look after myself with ease. And then we begin to extend our goodwill, our loving kindness to others, beginning with those closest to our hearts. Our family, our friends, our teachers, our guides, all those that we respect, all those that we admire. May they also be happy. May they also be peaceful. May they also be free from stress and pain, free from suffering. May they live with hearts and minds unburdened by greed, by aversion, by delusion. May they look after themselves with ease. And then we extend our metta to our acquaintances, those that we don't know so well. May they also be happy. May they also be peaceful. May they also be free from stress and pain, free from suffering. May they live with minds and hearts unburdened by greed, by aversion, by delusion. May they look after themselves with ease. And we also extend our goodwill, our metta, to those that we have difficulty getting along with, even those that we don't like, even those that may call us enemy. May they too be happy, peaceful, free from stress and pain, free from suffering. May they live with hearts and minds unburdened by greed, by aversion, by delusion. May they look after themselves with ease. And so it is with this spirit of admirable friendship with all beings that we extend our metta, our loving kindness, our goodwill in all directions, to the north, to the east, to the south, to the west, above and below, to all sentient beings everywhere. May we all be happy. May we all be peaceful. May we all be free from stress and pain, free from suffering. May we all live with hearts and minds unburdened by greed, by aversion, by delusion. May we all look after ourselves with ease. And with our hearts and minds uplifted with the metta that we have cultivated, let us now turn our attention to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out, ardent, alert, mindful, setting aside greed and distress with reference to the world. We bring our attention right here, right now, in the body, where we feel the breath most acutely. It could be the tip of the nose, be the rise and fall of our shoulders, our chest, our abdomen, our diaphragm. Wherever it is that we feel the breath most acutely, we settle our attention there. And breathing in, we see if the breath is long, short, deep, shallow. And we allow our body to breathe in a way that feels especially satisfying, gratifying right now. It's an invitation to see what the body needs right now. So allow the body to breathe the way it wants to. As the mind wanders to thoughts of the past, thoughts of the future, thoughts of the present, bring yourself right back to this body, this mind, and the breath that connects the two. All you need to do for the time being is to stay with your breath. And as you're breathing, you might feel places in the body that are particularly tense, tight, and see if the body can breathe in such a way that that tension and tightness eases, relaxes. You might imagine that each breath that you breathe in and breathe out is bathing the whole body in breath, making this a pleasant abiding here and now, a pleasant place to be. So continue to be mindful of your breathing. Continue to be mindful of the body and bring your attention back to it time and time again as we meditate in this way until we hear the bell.
Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu. Reverend, should we change places? Because I'll have.
Good morning. Thanks for the coming. I will be doing this right now outside. When I will worry so fast. Okay. Today I will speak about Ananda coronado. I'd like to introduce Ananda coronado. His father is Dr. Victor Coronado, MD. Medical doctor, Victor Coronado. He used to come to this place, I think he started in 1980s. When I come to this temple in 1989, Dr. Coronado was here. And he's originally from Mexico. And he's very happy to see me. He said, "Oh, you are there on the monks. This is the first time I've seen you there on the monks." Everywhere he go and introduce what they saw these guys see the first time there on the monks. So anyway, I have lots of memories about Dr. Coronado. I think a couple of years ago he passed away. Even before Ananda war, I know his father and his mother also. Very grateful to the religious. He writes some books for study ceremony also. He used to go to here and other temple also, especially the Prince of Dhamma temple. Not only that, all the monks coming from Sri Lanka, wherever, to his place, to his clinic. His big clinic is, it was in Huntington Park somewhere. And he got a 3 or 4 clinic that time. Now, generally, all the monks invite all the monks to his clinic, maybe sometimes 10, 15 months, maybe 20 months. So we all are busy going. Few times I went to the Coronado in Mexico also. Couple of times. One time I think it's 4 days, 5 days. I'm not sure where it is in Mexico. Not Tijuana, not. I don't know where it is. You might know where it is. But I'm not sure at that time. So he's a very wonderful doctor. So when Ananda was born in the hospital, the monks are chanting. So when the Ananda first time coming from hospital, come to this temple and fellowship temple. Not only that, I think a couple of years ago, Ananda was teenage, I mean, 16, 17, around that time, I believe. Ananda sent back to the Sri Lanka to learn there. He was there more than 1 year, stayed in different temple, and learning, studying Buddhism plus English plus whatever. And even Sri Lankan language was learning. So Ananda is very good and go to the Dhamma temple and lead the meditation there. So I invite to Ananda to come and do Dhamma talk here. We'll see his Dhamma talk today. Ananda, you wants to welcome to our temples. You can start your Dhamma talk.
Thank you so much, Bhante. Thank you for allowing me to come and get Dhamma talk. Can everybody hear me?
Well, that one's for the computer, that one's for them. So use both.
Can everybody hear me?
Put that one on your.
Okay, this is the computer. Sorry.
It's okay.
Can everybody hear? Can everybody? Everybody could hear. Louder. Thank you, Bhante, for allowing me to come and give a speech. Sabba dana dhamma danam jinati. That means the gift of Dhamma excels all other gifts. I would like to give a story or give a talk today about a conversation that the Buddha had with his son Rahula. His son Rahula in this story is no more than 10 years old. He was ordained when he was 7 years old. So this story takes place as the Buddha and Rahula were walking into the city of Savatthi in the morning, and they were walking to collect alms. They were to collect food. And the Buddha The Buddha turns around and he tells Rahula, Rahula, all material form should be known with the proper wisdom. This is not me, mine, or I. So what the Buddha is saying here is that your body is not yours, it's not self, it doesn't belong to you, it's not me, mine, or I. So when the Buddha said this, Rahula asked the Buddha, only the body? And the Buddha says, no, the body, sensations, feelings, thoughts, and consciousness should be seen with the proper wisdom, not me, mine, or I. So when the Buddha said this, Rahula thought to himself, who would go into town to collect food having been personally admonished by the Buddha? So he turns around, he looks for a big tree to sit under and to meditate. When he's meditating a little while, like in the afternoon, his teacher Sariputta sees him sitting there, and Sariputta tells Rahula, Rahula, develop mindfulness of breathing. When mindfulness of breathing is cultivated, it is of great fruit and benefit. And then Sariputta walks away. So then it became the evening time, and in the evening the Buddha would teach the monks. So this is the time that Rahula got up and he went to go see the Buddha. He pays his respects and he asked the Buddha, how is mindfulness of breathing cultivated so that it is great fruit and benefit? So the conversation and the story is about the advice that the Buddha gives to Rahula regarding cultivation of mindfulness of breathing. So the first thing that the Buddha says is about the four elements. The first element is the earth element. So you have the earth element, the water element, the fire element, and the wind element. So every element has internal and external. So here we're going to be talking about the internal. So for example, the earth element. What is the internal earth element? It's anything that is clung to us and that is solid. For example, our hair, our teeth, our skin, our nails, the flesh, all of the internal organs like the spleen, the diaphragm, the lungs, the kidneys, the intestines. All of this is the internal earth element, and it should be seen with the proper wisdom, not me, mine, or I. Second, the water element, the internal water element. What is that? That's all of the liquids inside of us. You got different, you got spit, pus, blood, sweat, tears, oil, urine. That's the internal water element, and that should be seen, not me, mine, or I. Then you have the fire element, and what is the internal fire element? That is what burns the food that we consume. In organic chemistry, they have this thing called the Krebs cycle, and the Krebs cycle is the conversion of energy that starts from the sunlight, that comes to the plants get eaten by the animals get eaten by the persons, and in this process, the sunlight keeps getting converted into energy, into different chemical energy. And so this is like the fire element. That is not me, mine, or self. So the last one is the wind element, the internal wind element. And this is the upgoing winds, the downgoing winds in our tubes, the wind that gets stored in our lung sacs here on the ground. The earth will not get attached to that and say, oh, give me more of that. I like that. I like that smell. At the same time, I can throw vomit, feces, all of the nasty, most repulsive things on the ground here, and the earth will not get repulsed by that, humiliated, or say, get that away from me. The earth is neutral. The water is neutral. You can throw money in the water, you can throw incense in the water, and then you can throw very repulsive things in the water. The water remains neutral. Fire burns money, burns anything. So how is this a meditation? When you're meditating and you notice a thought or you notice a feeling, you have to be like the earth element. If you notice a nice feeling or a nice thought, you cannot cling to it. Just like the earth doesn't cling to diamonds and flowers and incense. It doesn't get repulsed by the nasty thoughts. Or in our case, when we have nasty thoughts, we don't get repulsed by it. We don't get humiliated by it. We remain neutral, just like water, just like earth, just like fire. So that's the meditation, like the elements, like the earth, like the water, like the fire. So next, the Buddha is going to begin to talk about the breathing. So I think the advice he gives beforehand is to really commit yourself to when you meditate. That means leave your thoughts, leave your worries out the door, and try to at least focus for 30 minutes to be fully present, mindful, fully aware. And as you breathe in, you want to be fully aware of the whole breath. As it comes in through the nostril, as your abdomen rises, you want to be aware of the full inhalation, and you want to be aware of the full exhalation. And you want to experience the whole breath. You want to experience the pleasure in the breath, the joy in the breath, the rapture in every breath. Every single breath should be one breath closer to having peace, happiness, wisdom. Once you're able to get a good breathing rhythm, get fully relaxed, then the Buddha suggests these meditations. He said, practice meditation on loving kindness. When you practice meditation on loving kindness, any ill will be abandoned. Practice meditation on compassion. When you practice compassion, any cruelty will be abandoned. Practice meditation on altruistic joy. When you practice altruistic joy, any discontent will be abandoned. Altruistic joy means being happy for the success of other people. Like sometimes we get jealous or envious, but be happy for others. If someone gets a nice Bentley, be happy for them. Next one, practice meditation on equanimity. When you practice equanimity, any aversion will be abandoned. Like if you don't like someone and you walk into the same room and you don't want to be in that room now, that's aversion. So this is why we need equanimity. Next, practice meditation on the foulness of the body. When you practice that, any kind of lust for the body will be abandoned. Practice meditation on impermanence. When you practice impermanence, the conceit I am or the ego will be abandoned. So once you do that, once you get fully relaxed, you have a good rhythm, with every single breath, as you breathe in, you can tell yourself, liberating my mind, calming my mind, tranquilizing my mind, gladdening my mind. So as you breathe in, you're gladdening your mind. As you breathe out, you're gladdening your mind. You're tranquilizing your body. You're relaxing your thoughts. And so every single breath, you want to do that. And so from what I understand, this is the way that you go from the conscious to the subconscious. When you consciously try to be fully aware of something, your breath, impermanence, the mindfulness of the breath, you're being conscious of that, but that's putting something into your subconscious. What are you putting into your subconscious? More love, more acceptance, more forgiveness, more wisdom. So this is a kind of a long sutta. There's a lot of examples the Buddha gave when you take a deep breath, what you could tell yourself. But I'm trying to condense it. So that's the advice that the Buddha gave Rahula. And he said that when someone practices this, every single breath is known. And thank you, Bante.
Thank you, Ananda. It was short, but it's a good talk, I think. I think people, audience have a question regarding Ananda. I forgot to say something, the Ananda is Dr. Coronado's, his father's selection. He said he wanted to give a Buddhist name to his children. Give Ananda for him. His sister is Anjali, and his brother is Sivan, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And not only that, we gave for Dr. Coronado, Buddhist name is Rahul. So whole Buddhist family, except we don't give the name for your mother. But whole Buddhist family, they all are very good about Buddhism, good with the Buddhist monk also. And Ananda is currently working like a social worker, and I think he passed his test. You think so? Yeah. Yes. Pass his test. So we will invite him to give another Dhamma talk some other time. So Ananda, I have some question to ask. What did you do in Sri Lanka when you were in Sri Lanka?
I ate the food. No, I learned a lot, Bante, but I was 15.
Yeah.
So it's hard to go with the right mentality. But I met a lot of monks there. I was in a Buddhist temple. It was a great blessing. I learned that you don't need malls, you don't need money, you don't need nice cars like that to have a meaningful life. Because there was people living in the villages there that had nothing and that were a lot more happy.
It seems like you advocate, related where the Buddha advocated that you become detached really from everything in your own body.
Mhm.
And is the idea of that is to come to the final realization that all you are is your consciousness. And everything else is extraneous. Consciousness that ultimately you are.
I don't think so. I think that is something like a Hindu idea. The Hindu, they believe that the self is what's behind the thoughts, behind the feelings, the consciousness. But I think that the Buddha says that, like in the earlier part of the story, he says that you're not the body. The body is not the self. And then Rahula says just the body, and the Buddha says no, the body, sensations, feelings, thoughts, and consciousness is not self or me or mine.
So it's not self, but it is self.
There's no self.
So the only thing that you ultimately are is that awareness.
You could say like this, the Buddha, he had two different teachings. He had a ultimate teaching and he had a conventional teaching. So conventionally speaking, for example, we say that the sun rises, but the sun does not rise. We're the ones that are moving. But everyone says that, but it's not true. So yes, we have a self, we have a body, we have control over our body, but ultimately it's not ourselves, because if we get paralyzed or some disease, we cannot control our body no more. So if you don't control your body, if you cannot tell your body stay young, don't get old, don't get a disease, then it's not yourself. Like there was a story one time where there was a master debater, and he asked one of the monks, how does the Buddha teach his monks? And the Buddha said, the body, the sensations, exactly what I said, that's not self. And he said, oh, I'm very sad to hear that, because he took the exact opposite. He said that all of that is the self. And then the Buddha says, oh, so your body is yourself. So you have control over yourself, right? And he said, yes. And then he said, okay, so what if the king Ajasattu comes right now? Does he have the right to banish, imprison, or to execute anyone within his realm? And he said, yes, of course he does have that right. And he says, what if he wanted to execute you? Can you tell him, no, this is my body, please don't hurt my body? No, so you have no control over this. It's all kind of conditioned, so there's no selfhood. You're welcome.
All right, do you have any more questions? Yes.
Ananda, first of all, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you.
When we develop the mindfulness of breathing and we feel that the mind is calm and we transition into something like foulness of the body to counteract loss, should we keep the focus on the breath or completely abandon that and take the concentration towards foulness of the body? What's the way to make the transition?
That's a good question. I think when you start to get distracted, you can start to use the breath like an anchor. So bring the mindfulness back onto the breath. The breath is not the goal, the breath is like the anchor. The goal is to be fully present.
Makes sense. So shift the focus onto the big
Yeah,
topic.
yeah,
And if I start to drift there, my home base is the
Yeah.
breath, calm and center, then back.
yeah. Like you want to understand who you are, what your weaknesses are, and your strengths, and practice the according meditation. And if you get distracted, then try to bring it back to the breath. And yeah,
Thank you so
so
much.
you're going back and forth. Yes, sir.
Thank you for the talk. I love the idea of saying we relate to the mind as we are meditating. I'm going to practice that one. How do you make that not become a distraction in the meditation process? You're saying that often and often and often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we have to sometimes practice being like the elements. Like whatever nice thoughts, nice feelings, nice sounds, we're neutral. We don't get attached to them. Whatever unpleasant, uncomfortable things, we don't get repulsed by them. We're right in the middle. Like sometimes it's very easy to get certain thoughts and ruminate on those and go in that flow. But when you're aware of it, when you notice it, they just arise and fall. Like, and that was one of the advices that the Buddha gave. Just notice the arising and the falling, the fading away. The thoughts come and go, but sometimes we give a lot of fuel to them, and then they distract us, and they kind of like influence us big time. So that's why when we get really calm, when we tell ourselves freeing the mind, liberating the mind, gladdening the mind, this is so that it kind of like goes deeper, and we perceive things that we kind of experience like that. Thank you.
I'm telling you, the first time I heard his name, when I saw him and asked him, what's your name? And he told me, Ananda. I was so surprised because it's very, this is the first person I heard that in the Western had the name, Buddhist name that way. Because mostly Western have the Christian name, and not only yourself, but also your family, your brother, sister, all have the Buddhist name. I was so amazed. Actually, I was so happy with that. And your original family from Mexico.
Yeah.
See, that is another thing that is Mexican. Mexico is mostly a Christian country.
Yeah.
I'm so amazed, and I'm so happy that you joined us now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you more often.
Yeah, definitely. But it shouldn't be a surprise though that you will find Buddhists all over the world. The Buddhism has been around for 2,500 years, never has started a war, has gone to China, Korea, Japan, and has blended with those cultures and created new things. So it's a kind of have these universal teachings.
Well, yes, it's just about the teachings all over, but I'm talking about the name. But it is, even in Vietnam, nobody had a name, but that's like a 7 months. The lay people, they don't have a name, they have a name, the son, the moon, Anyway, I have a question about that because I saw a lot of temple, Buddhist temple or any club or organization, they have yoga, meditation, and even at the temple, some people at the temple are teaching yoga meditation, and then turn around and they're teaching the Dhamma. So I feel a lot of question that they can mess up when they understand what is, I want to ask you, what is different between yoga meditation and Buddhist meditation? Any different?
I don't know too much about yoga. I think Bante from North Hollywood, Chinati Vihari, I think, he made a good point. He talked about a lot of people in the West, they see meditation and yoga like self-care. Like it's going to help them to stay younger. So they want to practice like for this. But there's a good story in the Buddha. The Buddha says one time, suppose that a man goes out into the forest looking for hardwood. And he goes to a tree, a hardwood tree, and instead of getting the hardwood, he gets all of the twigs, the leaves, the branches, and he puts that in his cart and he takes that back to the city. And when he gets into the city, someone that really knows about tree cutting looks at that and he says, this man went to the right tree, but he got all of the useless things, the twigs and the branches and the leaves. This is like the Dhamma too. Some people, they look at it and they take all of the external little benefits from it, and they don't really get the heart of it.
Because I saw the people who
the difference.
for any clear time, because my mind is torn to the Buddhist meditation, then all the other one. And the Asian, the Chinese philosophy, a lot of Chinese, they meditate, they want to learn magic. They want to learn magic.
Yes, magic. I don't know too much about yoga, but I know you can do some stretching before meditation very good in the morning.
That's the good way about
Yeah.
yoga meditation.
You can train your mind to get concentrated as you're stretching out. And then also before you meditate, you want to get fully relaxed, meaning get a good comfortable body position. Make sure that you're not shifting any weight onto any kind of like other places. Loosen up your muscles, relax your joints. So in the yoga, you could be mindful of this to try to get yourself into a good, comfortable state in order to get deeper into the vipassana, into
Thank you, Ananda. I would like to talk about the yoga and meditation. Not too much, just few words. Yoga is an ancient Indian exercise for the body, not for the mind. Solely, yoga is exercise for the body. Okay? Meditation is exercise for the mind. Go like that. So if you go to different teachers, even Buddhist teachers, different temple, different school, they mix it. Sometimes they mix a lot of things and they might get the wrong idea, the wrong teaching sometimes. So it's better to do like, if you want to exercise, that's good for the body. Earlier time in Buddha's time, even the Prince Siddhartha, he went to the yogis and he practiced some yoga, which is, he decided it doesn't work for me. It's not for what I am looking at. So then he changed it and he come to the middle path and he practice the meditation. So meditation and yoga different. Especially the yoga is teaching Hindu people mostly, but Buddhist people also teaching and learning both. So yoga is very popular in Western countries these days because sometimes when you see some Indian people, they right away ask, do you know yoga? And people asking me also sometimes, do you know karate? I say, no, I don't know. They ask, do you know the yoga? I know that some monks they teach yoga. Some, like the Chinese monks, they teaching all kind of karate, judo, whatever taekwondo, whatever thing. They are very popular. But that is not the Buddhism. Buddhism is basically meditation for the mind. The yoga is good for the body. Very good yoga. You can do the yoga, it's very good. I think we used to have a yoga class here long time ago, I think 1990. Yoga and Tai Chi we used to have in Ananda. So which is a good one. So however, the yoga and meditation is different. It doesn't go together either, as Mr. Nam mentioned, yoga meditation. In Buddhism there are no yoga meditations. In Buddhism you have meditation only. Yoga is, but there are the Hindu people, the Indian culture, and they teaching yoga and meditation together. That's why it's called yoga meditation. So make sure to go to the different talk. So you might have some kind of confusion. His teaching is different, his teaching is different. Like that. So it's best thing to do, even you doing meditation, try to do. There are so many meditation techniques. It's Theravada tradition around 40 kind of meditation. Mahayana, there are a lot of meditation, Vajrayana also. But basic thing, loving kindness and breathing meditation. That's the basic thing to practice. To my understand, my feeling, I like that one. So somebody else maybe like something else. So some people like to meditate for anicca, impermanent. So even you might hear sometimes, some monks or some rural, some countries, they keep the dead body and look it there and practice meditation. So we don't have to do that kind of meditation. For my feeling, I think. So there are so many meditation techniques. So it's best thing, mindfulness and the breathing meditation. So that's the best thing. So you can go so many meditation, you can learn so many things, and again, different teachers and teach it different way, different method. So regarding back to Ananda, Ananda speaks Spanish also. So that's why I want to introduce here, sometimes, the people don't, especially around here, a lot of people, they don't speak English, they speak Spanish, Espanol. So Ananda can do also. Teach, and they can teach in Spanish also. If you have any Spanish speaking people being here, you can talk a little bit Spanish and English both. So we don't understand Spanish, etc. I know the amigos.
Tacos?
Como se llama? Like few words only, but not that much. But I'm very happy to see like Ananda and Sanatana Bihari also. Sanatana Bihari will speak English and Spanish both. He's doing very good job also. So Ananda, you can join also the Buddhist community and you can practice the meditation and your teaching. So I think maybe beauty you can start the center in Mexico.
Yeah, that was my dad's goal.
Yeah, that is one of the wishes also. He want to open the center in Mexico. That's why he took some months there and show everything. But it's not easy for us because we don't speak Spanish.
Bante, in Mexico, the people think that Buddhism is when you go to the Chinese restaurant and then you put a quarter in the laughing Buddha and you get like psychic powers. So,
Only were that easy.
yes, I would say sign me up.
Some people thinking like that. Even the laughing Buddha is the Buddhist statue, Buddhism, Buddha, so many things. It is everything good. I don't say it's a bad or wrong or anything. It's everything good. I think we have to stop the. If anybody have any question, I have some announcement going to say some announcement. Beginning with the next month, every Sunday, around 10 to 10:30 or 10 to 40. If you want some kind of little bit more meditation, come and join 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock come, like before the service we can have a 40 minutes meditation just to relax. Somebody will sit here in the morning, so somebody will be here. And beginning every Sunday, we used to have those programs, sometimes people like to, even here, sometimes people like to come and do religious meditation. They don't want to listen to anything. Some people, they like to listen to Dhamma and learn Buddhism also. And, different people in this world, it's like everybody has a different idea. So whoever wants to practice more meditation, come to the program, sit here, practice a good half hour, 40 minutes meditation. Then after that, you can join the Sunday service also, again, 15 minutes meditation and learn something and have a tea and you can go back home. So beginning in next month, we are planning to do the 40 or 45 minutes meditation, start 10 o'clock. So make sure, you come a little bit early, then you can join this one, and we will try to keep open 10 o'clock the gate over there. If there are no parking, you can park there also. Again, I want to say thank you so much for the last Sunday. We have a very good time. There are a lot of people, a lot of food. We miss some people for the lunchtime. I was thinking some people are missing like late night. I think we went to the lunch with these family members, but we had a lot of good lunch, good food there also. I think people enjoy. I'm very happy that day because of all the help of everybody, and we're so much happy, and monks, there are a lot of monks there, and they are also happy. They people are also happy. We have a lot of food, and people take back everybody back home also some food. Thanks again for the good events. So we have another plan, I believe, around January or February. Until that, not that much good things to. And another one I want to mention.
September 7th?
Yeah, it was somebody's birthday, August 7th. And we planned to bring the cake. Well, unfortunately, the person was a little bit sick, didn't come that week. So then we decided to do it last Sunday, which is we completely forget about because of a lot of work doing the last Sunday. So I think we can celebrate that birthday actually Mr. birthday. We have a birthday cake also. And because Nam is a very, very good friend for everybody, not for me. Everybody, for those all the people, all the monks here, everybody loves him so much. He's a really such a nice person. Take that temple every time, bring all the flowers here, every day coming earlier, 9:30, even Saturday sometime coming, even sometime Friday coming, at least 2 times a coming every day. And he's coming to this temple almost, I don't know how many years, 20 years now? More than that. More than 20 years coming, and a very good friend with everybody. And we wish him a happy birthday and good luck and good health and long life also. Now, in so many ways, he helped the Buddhist monk. He's helped the Gandhi temple also, there's Ananda temple, and the Sumana, for everybody, even recently, he donated his car to the Buddhist monk. It's a used car. It's a very good car. It's 50,000 mileage. You just come to temple and market home. He came to this month. So he always did very good things. So now we are very happy to be with you all the times. I always say if now if anything, all the monks here, he always we can do everything for you. You need to go somewhere, drive to hospital or market, whatever we need. Just let us know. We have 3-4 months here. Either one will come. Not only now, so anybody, whoever, doesn't matter for us. Even Ananda, you need anything, just leave a right to also.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will chant first page 4 and page 10, then after that we will bring the king. Your chanting books, page 4. Chant.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone need
Okay, we will go to chant page 4. Namo
Tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to save them all. Deluding passions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them all. Dharma gates are limitless. I vow to study them all. Buddha's way is supreme. I vow to attain it. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and the sick find health relief. When ye do kong do oka punyate nyai dong du chung shanke ai dong tan pa when ye do kong do oka punyate nyai dong du chung shanke ai dong
Thank you again for everybody. Next week, Lord Insurance will give Dhamma talk. Please come and join. And 10 o'clock, we have Christian also come and join. That's it basically. Ananda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope to invite you again.
Thank you.
to the next one. So it's a good talk, Ananda. So
Thank you.
I'm very happy to see my good friends, Dr. Coronado, some doing also good things. So Ananda, you are ready to put this thing here. Not I will go this one. What is one? That is Tatami, yes. He gave this one.
Can I take it back?
No, you cannot. Okay, we have cake maybe, and now we have come and we talk the happy birthday. Okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nam. Happy birthday.
Hey, sorry for the excitement this morning. Okay. You got it.
Thank you, John.
How you doing?
Doing okay.
You're looking good.
Thanks.
Are you starting to feel better?
Yes. Yeah. I can see why.